all messed up the audio now. In the beginning, when I first started doing this, and it's not even close to being good, but when I started, I would go boom. I had Bluetooth, and it would just echo in the Bluetooth, and it would make the whole video go for 30 minutes. I wouldn't even know. Now I'm just teaching the whole time the video is messed up. So, anyways, this is number 74 YouTube live yoga routine. And yesterday I called the cable people and upgraded the cable service, meaning I just paid more money. No, I don't know what it means. So hopefully the video goes better, and we'll see. They said I didn't need to upgrade, but I tried to explain that I have a kid playing Xbox, another kid playing PlayStation. Then I'm live streaming, and then the guy was like, oh, well, maybe. So we'll see. Hopefully it helps the video and helps everything link in a little better. So progress, one step at a time. And hopefully I'll get to the point where I have a better camera, better audio, carpet. I need to get carpet. Carpet is not hard to get. But what else? More pictures, more lighting. One thing at a time. Can't do it all at once. So today we're going to do the strength routine, capital S. And I mean capital S, I mean because the strength comes from one source. So you're not going to judge yourself in these poses. You're not going to think like, man, I don't have the strength to do this, or I do have the strength to do it. You're letting go of that mindset. That's not what we're doing. We're tapping into the one strength that we're all, that was the S, capital S, that we all tap into together. And when you're doing these poses, you're focusing on the breathing, feeling strong, and you're having the core suck in. So it's not the abs are sucking it in, it's engaged. So the core is engaged, and you're just focusing on the breathing. So we're going to do two sun salutations, just the standard ones to warm up, loosen up a little bit, just going into them nice and easy, getting the mindset of acceptance and peace and so on and so forth. And then we're going to go into the warrior 2, warrior 1, and then we'll move through those like that. And then at the end, we'll just do a mountain pose, focusing on the breathing. Let me get my phone, and because that's where my stopwatch is. So let's go ahead and begin the mountain pose. Feet are shoulder width apart, toes come up, spread the toes as wide as you can. Each toe touches the floor one at a time. Knees are bent, hips are tilted, arms are relaxed. You're just focused on the breathing. Now in the mountain pose, you're finding that spot where the skeleton is just standing, thinking of nothing else but the breathing. So if you were just the skeleton, you're trying to find where all the bones line up, where the skeleton is standing. Maybe it's straight, you're bending a little bit, whatever it is. Everyone's going to be different. Everyone has a different skeleton. So you find that spot for yourself and just accept it and focus on the breathing. Palms come together, thumbs to the heart center. I'm going to push the arms out, up and back. I go out a little bit, but all you're doing is keeping the hand gesture of the symbolic prayer. So going up and back, inhale, just do the best you can. First stretch, and then exhale, hinge forward from the lower back. Arms go to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. Pull yourself in and down. So it's only the second stretch, or the second movement. So you're just listening to the body, going to the spot right before you feel like, man, I shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, settle there, accept it, and just focus on the breathing. palms to the sides of the feet. Left leg is back into a low lunge. With a low lunge, top of the foot to the floor. The knees to the floor. Hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Back is straight. Maybe arch. You're to your palms. Maybe you're to your fingertips. Wherever you are, just accept it. Maybe you're, maybe you're up like this. And just focus on the breathing. Thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Now with the back foot, we're going to curl the toes under, knee goes up, high lunge. Settle in the high lunge for a second or two, just using it as a transition pose, and then move into the downward dog. With the downward dog, the arms are straight, legs are straight, heels towards the floor, tailbones go to the ceiling, pushing into the pose, but you're only pushing to the spot right before you feel like you shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, settle there, and just focus on the breathing. You're going to slide into the upper dog, drop down to the knees and the chest. You slide up, tops of the feet are to the floor. Of course, the palms are to the floor. And if you'd like, you can do the small cobra for the modification. Small cobra, chest is off the floor, no pressure on the hands, so you're pulling up with the back. Or just go to hands and knees, whatever you like to do. Wherever you are, you're going to accept it. You're just going to focus on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Then back to downward dog, pushing into it. Arms are straight, legs are straight, tailbones to the ceiling, heels towards the floor. And you are pushing into this pose. So you're pushing right to the spot, right before you feel like, man, I shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, settle there, and just focus on the breathing. You're going to bring the left foot up between the hands. A little lunge, top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Back is straight. Maybe the back is arched. I like to do the back arch for me. I know my back doesn't arch, but I go up. I try to go up. But for me, even me, I'm the instructor. Even when I do it for the last 20 years, just do the best I can. Accept where I am. Focus on the breathing. As long as your mind and body is connecting, you're doing yoga. You're learning to accept yourself, which is a capital A, acceptance. You're learning acceptance. Just focus on the breathing. Thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Now with the back foot, curl the toes under, knee goes up, high lunge for a second or two, then move into the standing forward bend, pull yourself in and down, focusing on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but the breathing. And then palms together. Reach out, up and back, inhale. Turn the palms out, push the air down and out, exhale. And one more, inhale. Exhale, hinge forward, from the lower back, pull yourself in and down. Now in this pose, you're pulling yourself in, so the belly is constricted. So when you inhale, you can let yourself inhale. You can let yourself move out of the pose because the belly swells with air. And then when you exhale, you go back into the pose because the belly goes in. You're aware of that movement. It's a subtle movement. You're not focused on it. You're just aware of it. Also says feet, left leg is back again. That's the first one. We're taking back. Now with the top foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally, back straight, maybe arch. Make sure the front knee is not over the toe. If it is, you need to lengthen up some. Palms to the floor, to your fingertips. Back is arched, maybe, or straight. Wherever you are, just accept it and focus on the breathing. Thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Now with the back foot, curl the toes under, high lunge. So here for a second or two, then move to downward dog, pushing into it. Arms are straight, legs are straight, tailbones to the ceiling, heels towards the floor. And you are pushing into this pose. You're just pushing to the spot right before you feel like you can't go any further or you shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, settle there, and focus on the breathing. Thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Then you slide into the upper dog, drop down to the knees and the chest, slide up. Now modify this how you have to. If you just need to go to hands and knees, just go to hands and knees. You do the cow. That's the cow. This is the cow, right? Or just do the small cobra. And back to hands. Back to downward dog, pushing into it. Focusing on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Now left foot is up between the hands. Low lunge with the low lunge. Drop the foot to the floor, knees to the floor. Hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Back is straight, maybe arch. The front knees not over the toes. It is, lengthen up some. To your palms, maybe to your fingertips. Maybe you're up just like this. Doesn't matter. Wherever you are, just accept it. Think of nothing else but the breathing. Now, back foot, curl the toes under, high lunge, settle here for a second or two. Then move into the standing forward bend. Pull yourself in and down. Let yourself breathe. Focus on the breathing. So you're pulling yourself in and down at the same time. Palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Turn the palms out, push your down and out, exhale. And then you're going to go to mountain pose. Remember, mountain pose, toes come up, spread the toes as wide as you can. Each toe touches the floor one at a time. Knees are bent, hips are tilted, arms relaxed, shoulders relaxed. Now, when I'm talking, I hear an echo, right? So it makes me think, I hope the audio is working. My mind went off track because I hope the audio is working. Probably is, and it's probably not. 100% that it is, 100% that it's not. I know that's not mathematically correct, but it's true. Now we're going to do the warrior 2 and then the warrior 1 in that order. So with the warrior 2, the left foot goes up to the front of the mat and the center of the mat. Same thing, spread the toes. And then right foot goes back. The back foot is turned slightly. The heel of the front foot lines into the arch of the back foot. Make sure you're lengthened. Now, if this is off balance, you feel off balance, you take the right leg, bring it over, square up the shoulders, make sure it's the shoulder width, right? That helps you out. But if not, line the line the heel of the front foot into the arch of the back foot. So the back foot is turned slightly. I can't get back into the spot. And then you're going to sink straight down. So when you sink straight down, front leg bends, back leg straight, making sure the front knee does not go over the toe too much. And arms come up. So left arm is up, parallel to the floor. Right arm is up, and you're sinking down. So think of the back arm, get it parallel to the floor as much as you can. So you're your own guru. You're thinking, okay, that's good. Even if it's stuff like that, it's fine. Or down, doesn't matter. Because you're going to focus on the breathing. You're going to engage the abs. You're not sucking the abs in, you're engaging them. That's where the strength comes in. We're not going to stay here long. Now, I got to think of the back arm myself. When I instruct, when I talk, I throw myself off sometimes. That's all we're going to do. So you're going to rotate, square up the shoulders, keep the back leg straight as you can, front legs bent, and you're going to reach up, sinking down, reaching up at the same time. You can keep the arms parallel if you like, or go out. But whatever you do, you're going to keep the fingers as wide as you can. Middle fingers point straight up, reaching up, square up, and then palms down to the front. Downward dog, pushing into it just for a second or two. Then you're going to do the other side. So the right foot goes up. Now with the back foot is turned slightly. The heel of the front foot lies into the arch of the back foot. Again, if you feel off balance here, bring the left leg out, square up the shoulders, just to make sure this foot is lined with this shoulder, and this foot is lined with this shoulder. And then you can turn. But if not, heel of the front foot lies into the arch of the back foot. Arms come up. Think of the front arm, get it parallel to the floor. Back arm, parallel to the floor. You're your own guru, right? That's what we're learning, how to be your own guru. Listen to yourself. Sinking straight down, so the torso goes straight down, front leg is bent, back leg is straight. Thinking nothing else but the breathing. And there's that dog. What time is it? 6, no, it's 5 something, 5:30. No, 5:48. He always barks around this time. Okay, so we're going to rotate, square up the shoulders. So you square them up as much as you can. I'm not doing these poses perfectly right now. Even if I was trying, I couldn't do it perfectly, but I could do them better. So reaching up, keep the arms parallel if you like, or out. You're reaching up, sinking down, and just focusing on the breathing. Arms go down. Downward dog, pushing into it. Hands and knees. Flatten the feet. Space out the knees. Keep the hands where they are. You're going to sit back on the heels, back to the heels. Extended child pose. Now, once you're down and you're settled, think of your fingers. Walk yourself out, but you're going to keep the butt down. And just walk yourself out. And then just accept where you are. On this pose, you're not pushing yourself down. You're just accepting where you are. I know I'm talking into the mat, so the quality is not the best. But even when I had a Bluetooth and I was talking to it, I rub it against my shoulder. I don't know the solution yet with the technical stuff, but I'll get there. Now full child pose, arms to your sides, and just sink into the pose. The hands back up, back to hands and knees, curl the toes under, knees go hip width apart, fingers as wide as you can get them, middle fingers are pointing straight out. Knees are hip width apart, toes are curled under. And now we're going to do a downward dog. We're going to stay there for a little bit, so you just go to focus on the breathing. So going up and back, pushing into it, arms are straight. Legs are straight, tailbones to the ceiling, heels towards the floor. I need to fix my shirt. And you're pushing into this pose. Now you push into the spot right before you feel like you can't go any further. Find that spot, settle there, and just focus on the breathing. Thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Now your mind will wander. You'll start to think about other things, start to think about work or school or whatever it may be. Once you realize you're thinking about something else instead of your breathing, just don't judge it. Just bring your awareness and your focus back to the breathing. Now, once you're focused on the breathing, it heightens your awareness. So you're going to be aware of what's going on in the body. You're going to feel like, man, this is getting difficult. If it is, it's okay. Just be aware of it. Bring yourself out of the pose a little bit. Listen to yourself. Listen to your body. Now we're going to go into a plank. Do the best you can in the plank. I need to find my stopwatch. And so now with the plank, whoops, slow backwards. Belly button's going into the spine, so you're engaging the abs, and you can modify this how you have to. If you need to go down to the hands and knees, that's what you do, and just focus on the breathing. We're going for 1 minute. Now we have 40 seconds to go. Just do the best you can, and this is where you're gaining the strength. You're tapping into the strength of the capital S that we all share. So you may feel like, man, I'm not as strong as I should be, or I'm not as strong as this person, or I'm stronger than this person, or man, I'm stronger than I should be. Let go of all that mindset. That's judgment. You're just feeling strong. No matter where you are, you're just feeling strong. 10 more seconds. It's too much. Just bring yourself out of it. And now you're going to bring yourself down, hands and knees, and down to the elbows. We're going to do the dolphin. Dolphin's very similar to the downward dog. So palms together, pushing up and back, just like the downward dog. So when you're down, the palms are pushed. Push as much as you can, spacing out the shoulders. Shoulder blades space out to the sides. Now push a little bit more wherever you are. Push a little bit more. Now push into the pose. So look at the feet, your toes. Push back and face towards the toes. Push, push. Space out the shoulders. Now back to hands and knees. Once you get the hands and knees, downward dog, pushing into it. Downward dog should feel easier after the dolphin. And you're really just pushing into this one. Arms are straight. Legs are straight. Tailbones to the ceiling. Push a little bit more wherever you are. If you can, if you feel like you can, push a little bit more. Get everything as straight as you can. Arms go a little straighter. Legs are a little straighter. Tailbones to the ceiling, heels towards the floor. That's stretching the back of the legs. No tension in the neck. And then we're going to do one more plank. Find the stopwatch. Oops. Whoa. Abs are engaged. Fix my phone, make it straight. And if you need to go to hands and knees, that's what you do. If you're modifying it down to your knees, that's what you do. Wherever you are, it doesn't matter. Just doing the best you can, and then you're just focusing on the breathing. 40 more seconds. Thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Don't judge it. That's not what we're doing. We're letting go of the mindset of judgment. And you're just feeling strong, no matter where you think you should be. Let go of that. Just feel strong. 20 more seconds. Just focus on the breathing. Keep the abs engaged. 10 more seconds. Then you're going to go down the hands and knees, flatten the feet. Space out the knees. Keep the hands where they are. Sitting back on the heels. The knees are spaced out so the belly can go up and down so you can breathe. Now think of the fingers, walk yourself out, keep the butt down. Now you go to one side, walk yourself over to one side, stretch out. Think of the lower back. So you're thinking of the lower back, thinking, man, I need to stretch out my lower back. That's where you want to feel the stretch. We just did the plank. The plank is sometimes difficult and hard on the lower back. And then you're going to go to the other side. Whoops, my pillow. Walk yourself back out. Back, hands and knees, curl the toes under, knees go hip width apart. And walk yourself back. Sitting on the back of the heels. Toes stay curled under. Nothing else but the breathing. Just focus on the breathing. The hands are to your knees. Maybe you're leaning back some. Maybe you're like, man, this is too much. That's where you are. That's where you are. Right? You got to accept where you are. Learning where you are. Learning about yourself. And just accepting. And work yourself up. Flatten the feet. Thunderbolt pose. Prayer pose. You're just focusing on the breathing. Now, if you're on the mat and you're at the back of the mat, wherever you are, you're going to go into the easy pose. For me, I'm going to go up so I can be in front of the camera. The easy pose is the modification of the lotus pose. Back is straight, hands are in front, your knees may be in your lap, maybe you're like this. Doesn't matter. Wherever you are, you're accepting it. You might have to go to a wall and lean against the wall. Doesn't matter. Again, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You're just focusing on the breathing. Now here, you're just watching yourself breathe. So you're already breathing automatically. You're just watching it. Now it is easy, once you focus on the breathing, to start controlling it. Right? We have a mindset of control. Let that mindset go. You just watch yourself breathe. So when you inhale, the belly goes out. When you exhale, the belly goes in. Very subtle movement. Just watch that. Bring your focus to the tip of the nose and watch the air go in and out. Wherever you are, just watching it, not controlling it. And we're just going to stay here a little bit longer. Now for the yoga seal, you're going to reach behind you, grab the left wrist with the right hand, leaning forward. Bring the forehead down towards the floor. And you're sealing in all the benefits of the yoga poses and keeping the peace that you gained through the rest of the day. And then bring yourself back up. Hands go back in front. hands into your knees or your lap, or maybe you're leaning back like this. Wherever you are, just focus on the breathing. Just a little bit longer. Stay here just a little bit longer. So just watch yourself breathe. Bring palms together. Namaste. That's it. So that's number 74, YouTube Live yoga routine. And I will see you tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. Arizona time, Mountain Standard Time. Namaste, peace and love.